Okay, so I've been waiting all weekend to talk about this video. I watched this video a couple of days ago, and I've been so busy since I watched it. I honestly have not had a moment's time to sit down and talk about this. But this video made me so frustrated, and then it made me angry. And it made me angry not because these guys are doing anything that I don't expect. I mean, they're idiots. And so they're going to do idiot stuff. Can't swear yet. It's too early in the video. But in this video, this thumbnail, they suck. And I'm assuming based on what this thumbnail is that they're going to be talking about Miles Morales and the multiverse and the tomfoolery surrounding the multiverse. So when I clicked on it, I expected the normal nonsense about Miles Morales is Miles Morales, all that garbage. But when I tell you that I was surprised to find out that this was possibly the most telling video for these two, that just shows they have no clue what they're talking about. Let's just get into this video.
It is really interesting to see normies are beginning to understand why multiverses are shit.
Yes.
Because when you have a gazillion of the same character, there is no fucking point in investing in any.
Okay, so when he says normies, who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? Everything that Marvel has done that is influenced by the multiverse has been financially successful for them. They've had movies that have underperformed. They even had a big flop with the Marvels, but anything related to the multiverse has been extremely successful. Matter of fact, as the Marvel movie that is still in theaters right now is a multiverse movie, and it has broken records. Spider-Man, No Way Home, the 2 Spider-Verse films that we had, Endgame, Infinity War. That's just a few of them. All of those movies have performed well for Marvel. A lot of TV shows that deal with the multiverse have done really well. So exactly what are you talking about? Because you can't be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. So what normies are you talking about? Financially, the multiverse, more often than not, like 98% of the time, performs well. So I don't know what normies you're talking about as.
Bingo.
Because one can go and another takes its place,
Wow,
and it's
right on it.
Boom, boom, boom. I don't care.
No.
This is why people care about Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Tony Stark.
What versions? What versions? You're talking about the multiverse. So what version specifically are you talking about? Because the ones that you like are not the originals. There's the Golden Age, the Silver Age. There are different eras of comics when it comes to, because you're talking about DC here, that led into big events that require them to consolidate those characters. The ones that you love are from the multiverse. They are not the originals. Just want to put that out there.
Steve Rogers. They care about the fucking character.
Yep.
You
Fact.
can't replace that. You can put a cowl on anyone. You can put a mantle on anyone. You can fucking cut a dick off and stick a vag. You can do whatever you fucking want.
Of course, he has to throw in some like transfer, because we've talked about this in the other video. Az has to remind you as often as possible that he is 100% heterosexual and cisgender, just in case you wanted to hit him up. He's reminding us again in a video not even related to that. Look at Eric over here, like laughing. What are you talking about? Give me an example. Give me an example as of a character that fits the complaints that you're making right now from the multiverse. I'd like an example of that. Now, in the thumbnail for the video, you had Miles Morales. We could actually have a nuanced conversation about how the multiverse, like the Ultimates universe, the incursion stuff, all of that has caused some problems within Marvel. I'd be willing to hear people out on that. But spoiler alert, that's not what they're going to do in this video.
It is not that character.
Fact.
And that's why people want that continuity. That's why that continuity works.
Yep.
Because that continuity can be built upon, fleshed out, become greater, and it all goes back to the same focal point.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have you know that nothing that you have read in your entire life that you love any of the modern characters, and I don't mean like modern as in like the 2010s. I mean like the ones that you love, those modern versions from the 90s were not the OG characters. The vast majority of them, except for a couple of isolated ones, were either the second iterations of those characters or alternate takes on those characters. Almost every single one of the big ones were changed, especially DC. You ever heard of an event called Crisis?
But they're too fucking dumb. They don't. Oh yeah, but we got fucking 58 fucking pounds now. Once in a blue moon, it can be fun to see a variant of this or event. Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but you can't make it a core part of your storyline, man.
Exactly. When that becomes the norm, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Now I'm waiting. It's a very short video. I'm waiting here. We're only like a minute and some change into this, and I'm waiting for an example of what he's talking about. What character has replaced a main continuity character, like just straight up replaced that character and stayed that character to the point where they're just gone. They don't exist anymore. I'm waiting for that because yes, there are characters that have come in, taken up the mantle, had a run 10, 12 issues, whatever. But then the other characters always come back. There's only a handful of characters over the years that have gone away and have never come back. But I'm waiting for him to give an example because he seems to have the magic. Like, if you're so good as, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing this? You're saying all this stuff and like, are you making content or are you just being a fleshlight for Eric July?
Oh, you cannot
Who the
do
fuck
that.
gives a shit?
And that was the mistake that they made off real.
Well, I would say the billions and billions of dollars that the multiverse has made for Marvel, apparently a lot of people do give a shit.
It was exactly that. It's like you're gonna dive into it now, so yeah, it gives you opportunity to do these things, member berries and all that. But it's as far as sustaining an audience, it's just no. Like, what investment? What reason do I have to be invested in this when there's 65 versions of the character that are just?
I know Eric's not talking about sustaining an audience, considering the trend of his comic book company. But I digress.
Running around, they can just slide in at any fucking point. What was the point? What's the point? There's no space.
Yeah. But Black Panther Shuri now. But you like Black Panther? No.
Black Panther Shuri was main continuity. That's not a multiverse version. It's not a multiverse character. We still haven't mentioned Miles Morales, which was on the thumbnail. So I'm assuming in this video we're gonna get to Miles, and I'm smiling because I already know what's gonna happen. I've seen the future. Shuri is main continuity, and Black Panther is absolutely a mantle. T'Challa wasn't even the first Black Panther. The one that you really like was not the first Black Panther.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not Black Panther. That's a fucking skin.
It's not T'Challa, yeah.
Yes.
But T'Challa's not the OG Black Panther. Black Panther is a mantle. It literally is. But okay.
Somebody wearing the skin. It's not. Yeah. But Jane Foster, she's Thor now. She got the hammer. She's worthy.
Jane Foster Thor was also main continuity. So you've mentioned two characters that are not variants or multiverse characters. On top of that, Jane Foster is not, as far as I know now, isn't still like just Thor running around by herself. And if we're talking about in the MCU, she doesn't even exist anymore.
It's not Thor. Thor's his fucking name for a start, you dumb fucking cunt.
Yeah, that's his actual name.
Well, I mean, if you like OG stuff, you would like Donald Blake, right? Donald Blake was the OG Thor, right? You would like that character as Thor. No. Oh, so Thor's his name now. So which version of Thor? Because that story's been chopped up to shit. But you still haven't mentioned multiverse characters. So let's continue.
Don't worry about that. It's like fucking saying, look, I am now the Eric July.
Yeah,
like,
I know,
what?
right? What? Yeah.
You fucking wait.
Why does he always gas Eric up like this? I swear. I joke about him being like a fleshlight for Eric, but I mean, I swear he gasses Eric up constantly.
What? I have the lid. I have the one and only lid. I am now the Eric.
Apparently, that's how it works. Work with
Apparently
Jane Foster.
that's how the mighty Thor's a fucking what? Makes no sense.
By the way, there's been tons of people with Thor's hammer over the years. Tons of them that have had the mantle for a while. Beta Ray Bill. There's people that have been Thor. But you notice that Az is specifically going for a very, like, one exact version of Thor that isn't even the only Thor. But anyway, let's continue.
None whatsoever.
And not multiverse.
And they knew they fucked up because in the War of the Realms, some, you know, when you remember they made She-Hulk look like Hulk now, when he's like, when it's like basically just She-Hulk with it's just Hulk,
multiverse,
right? They fucked that up. Yeah, it looked very bad. And she was beating up on that troll, and the troll was like a literal troll, like, oh yeah, how on the nose was that? And the troll was like,
I mean, how on the nose is t-shirts that say 3D assets? I mean, you're over here like, the same guy that laughed because Marvel was discounting products in a clearance, but yours is just a sale, not liquidation, not clearance, even though you're clearing out your warehouse. I mean, all right.
Well, he said, "You're not." What did he say? He said Thor's his name or something like that. And then I guess She-Hulk went to basically beat the fucking guy. It didn't beat him to death, but beat him up pretty bad. To me, that was was it Jason Aaron, I think, wrote that. Basically, him saying, "Hey, all you guys," because he's the one that wrote She-Thor right into existence. So to me, that was him basically telling the audience to go fuck themselves. She is a legitimate Thor. But it's like,
well, even if her name was She-Thor and she wasn't the only Thor, you guys have proven that you'll still complain about it because you complain about She-Hulk, even though that character goes way, way, way back, way, way, way back. For like when the TV show was on and they didn't want the TV network to get rights to a female version of the Hulk, so they made their own version very quickly just to make sure that they had the rights to it. It goes way back to that stuff. So it really, I mean, you're not saying much of anything here.
No, bro.
No,
that's his name.
Not.
That's his name. You know, that's what we say, and it's not invalid just because you have a troll say it and get beat up by She-Hulk. This is not how it works.
Yeah,
that's fucking not. It's not Thor. No, it's Jane Foster's Thor, but it's not Thor. But yeah,
it's Jane Foster's Thor, but it's not Thor.
It's
no, it's not even Jane Foster's Thor. It's Jane Foster.
It's Jane Foster. Yeah, it's Jane Foster.
Jane Foster.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they get so hung up on like what the actual mantle is to a fictional character that's written by people in comics who have been written by different people over the years. Like they hold ownership over how that mantle gets passed around. Like as Eric, all these guys, they hold some sort of ownership over how that mantle gets passed around. It's strange behavior. It really is. You can definitely have your favorite version of a character, but there's been multiple versions. How many Flashes are there? How many Green Lanterns are there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Oh man, this is a hilarious. To your point,
the whole point of Nightfall was fucking Jean-Paul Valley isn't fucking Batman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the whole.
Yes, Nightfall, another iconic story in the main continuity for Batman prior to all of these like changes and reboots and things like that. A very important, iconic story within the Batman mythos where that character was Batman for a period of time. Again, not a multiverse character, not tomfoolery, not somebody who's Bruce Wayne, whatever. Literally, are we going to mention something about the multiverse? We're coming up to the end of the video here. This is supposed to be about the multiverse. You have yet to mention a character from the multiverse that has replaced another character, which is how this whole argument started.
The whole point of Nightfall. You want Batman to be fucking a killer? Oh, Batman should kill. He should kill. This is what he should do. It doesn't make any sense. All right, okay, we'll give you that mean Batman. No. We'll take Bruce out the equation. We'll bring in another guy. We'll put him in a fucking costume. We'll turn him into the fucking brutal Batman that you've been saying that you want. We'll see how that works out. Fuck it off! Get rid of it. That's not Bat. Now you get it.
Exactly.
Now you fucking get it. Now you.
What are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? None of this is multiverse. None of this is variance. None of these things are characters replacing other characters. All of them have had their time, and then the other characters come back. They take the mantle back up, and they become these historic characters that we all know. But none of them are multiverse. None of them are variants. None of them are Elseworlds. At least not as far as I know, unless something has changed.
You fucking get it. Got it too good. The audience got it too fucking good. They have to cut the story down.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can put a skin suit on, but it don't make them that person.
Fact.
But they don't have to, because they're not that fucking person. They're not that person. They're wearing a costume. Holy shit. Could you, like, the idiocy coming from as an absolute fucking moron comic book tourist who thinks mentioning Nightfall gives him some credibility in a video where he's complaining about the multiverse, complaining about characters replacing other characters while talking about a story that specifically set up to give Batman an arc, to give Bruce Wayne an arc. That was the point of that story. Jane Foster, Thor. Shuri as Black Panther. These were not variants. They weren't Elseworlds. They weren't multiverse. They didn't officially replace those people to the point where they're gone. These are characters in the comics that took up the mantle for a period of time and then go on about their day. You had Miles Morales on the cover of this video. Easily low-hanging fruit to complain about when it comes to the multiverse, because that is a character that actually did travel over and become another Spider-Man and still is Spider-Man. And there is a conversation to be had about how people feel about multiple Spider-Men operating at the same time. I understand that. There's still a lot of like bullshit racist behavior about Miles Morales. We see it online. We get it. We know it. But you guys had the opportunity here to complain about something that is so easy for you to talk about because you've done it so many times. An actual multiverse character, an actual variant of Spider-Man coming into the main continuity. And you haven't mentioned it yet. You've only mentioned canonical characters in the fidelity of the main timelines, the main Earths.
Because who Batman is, who Superman is, who Tony Stark is, who Steve Rogers is, that's the core of their character.
No. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Tony Stark is Iron Man. Clark Kent, Kal-El is Superman. Bruce Wayne is Batman. Why did you mention two of the hero names and then two of the guys' names? Because I've yet to see a female Tony Stark running around here or a woman as Steve Rogers. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen them different ethnicities. I don't see that. So what are we talking about here?
Yes.
That is the core of their character.
Right.
You can't change that. Well, I mean, they'd love to change it. They've been trying to change it.
True.
But it's resulted in less sales and less people going to the cinemas and comics being dead.
Again, multiverse movies, billions of dollars for the studios. Love it or hate it, it makes a ton of money for them. So I don't know what he's talking about. This is why I wanted to react to this video with you guys. I mean, not really react, but talk about it. No mention of anything related to the multiverse in this video other than saying that normies don't like it, even though financially it's the complete opposite of what he's saying. All of the movies, especially like Deadpool and Wolverine right now, extremely popular, made a ton of money for the studios. So it makes no sense, the conversation they're having. And then between the two of them, they don't mention one variant, one multiverse, one Elseworld story. Everything they mention is in continuity in the main Earths and the main timelines. I don't know why people still listen to them and go to their channels. I don't know why. This is the second video from them. And I know there's another one out there that's really bad where they just show how ignorant they are to the subject matter they're talking about. At this point, I got a little bit of advice. Just stop making yourselves look stupid. Your viewers may fall for it and simp for you, but people out here that are watching this shit from the outside, you guys look and sound like complete and utter idiots.